Hi everyone, I'm Raquel Mosquera and I'm here with my friend Eduarda Moraes to present the results of our research with medical students at CCS UFRJ. So, we are doing this for our exhibition class. The main objective was to understand how medical students learn English and how important English is in their daily lives, both in their studies and in their professional careers. Um, this study can contribute to the discussion about the English learning process by showing students' learning experiences and the methods they found most effective. These findings may help improve English teaching for academic and professional purposes. The methodology were the necessary data were medical students' answers, as I said before, about how they learn English and the importance of English in their academic and professional lives. The data were analyzed by identifying common themes and comparing participants' responses. Um, we conducted the interviews on June 22 after our acquisition class and continue to do it on June 24 during the acquisition class.
Now I'm going talking about the participants, and most of the participants are in their early 20s. We interviewed four women and two men. Most are from Zona Norte, Rio de Janeiro, with only participants six being from the Zona Oeste. In terms of race, most participants are brancos, except for participant 1, who is sarda, and participant 6, who is black. The interviews were conducted in Portuguese, with most of them. Only participant 2 and 4 felt comfortable speaking with both of us in English. Another point I can mention about the participants is that participant 4 felt comfortable telling us that he has been diagnosed with autism, and yes.
Now, moving on to the questions, we have the first that is, did you study English at all before entering university? And all of them said yes.
In response to the question for how many years did you study English prior to university, the answers were between 6 and 12 years. Participant 1 and Participant 5 studied for 7 years, Participant 2 for 12 years, Participants 3 and 4 10 years, and Participant 6 for 6 years.
Moving on to the third question, that was, where do you primarily learn English? Number one said at a regular public school. Number two said private language institute, which she didn't mention, and which one was. And number three said by himself plus 2 years of private language institute. Also, he didn't mention which one. Another thing, number three and number four that I will talk later, they surprisingly both gone to Colégio Pedro II. Whatever. Number four, by himself. Number five, public school, specifically Capo at New York. Number six, regular private.
In this slide, we analyzed what participants liked and disliked most about their experience with English. We can divide the responses into two main points: what they didn't like which mostly considered consistent of complaints about the methodology, was the classes were overly focused on grammar, monotonous, made little use of everyday English, and had problems with level placement. And they liked it was the interactivity, such as conversation classes, and when teachers incorporated different activities and songs.
This one is specifically for public schools. So the question is, what were the main challenges you faced, and did you listen enough to a language? Here we have only number one and number five, because number two and number three, no, number three and number four, both they get at like school, but they didn't found their experience in learning English at the school rather than their learning from school. They're not good at it. Number one said that the classes were large and there were not many opportunities to practice. Cool. For me, it was not enough. Today, I think English classes are popular because I felt I needed to do it, especially because of the cost. Number five said people that I know to learn language because the classes were entirely English and I had no previous knowledge. The result, I did not have to learn. I just memorized things that we
Here we focus on self-taught participants 3 and 4. They emphasize that the ideal methodology was completely unconventional. They used YouTube videos, video games, and the internet to converse with native speakers. And for them, grammar was taught naturally through this hand-on direction rather than by memorizing rules.
This one is about what type of learning materials or methods you think are the most effective or effective. So number one said I like to make a little bit of everything, watching the show, listening to music, working out, and then trying to speak English even if I make mistakes. The number two and the number three said conversations. Number four, I am firmly believe that all manner of language should be taught in enjoyable ways. Now, I'm not saying that it is really fast, nor am I saying that it is actually over. You guys, let's see that number four. I took the thought. Here, number five said learning about English and five to watch videos to use the audio and subtitles. We did not do the same as number one. Number six, only said they practice. Here we go.
When asked what the ideal English class would look like for achieving fluency, the answer was unanimous. A focus on practice. They suggest conversation-based classes, interactive activities such as games and learning the real English spoken by native speakers. Participant 5 also emphasized the importance of respecting the student pace, incorporating Portuguese at the beginning to provide context.
Now, moving on to the questions that focus specifically on the Matthew. How often do you use English in your daily activity or professional business? Number one said I use it every day, but I use it fairly often. Especially when I use scientific or scientific articles or look at related interpretation. Number two said very often I need to read the sources in English, and then occasionally I have used it off by my use. Number three said it every day. Simple behavior study in articles and then the good of organizing are in number four, my daily routine. I'm mostly able to learn about how I get it in. Unfortunately, most of the books are all related in Portuguese. So unfortunately, they are related in English. I also look it and now I have become fluent in English and speaking English. But it has proved to be very useful in the research information that I'm doing work. Pretty much what number one said. Five, almost every day, most people are reading updated scientific articles, recommended guidelines, and books that are fully available. It is pretty much what number four said. And number six said just
So, in the question, do you think a person's level of English impacts their success or opportunities inside the medical field? Why? The number one response, yes, I think it may make a difference because much of the most important research and articles are in English, whereas it opens doors to exchange programs, conferences, and other opportunities. Even through my English in field visit, I know it's something that will make a difference in my career. Two says, yes, I do, because study sources in English are very important to our knowledge. And if you already know the language before you need to read these sources, it's easier to learn in college and also after college. Three says, absolutely, English is absolutely essential in the healthcare field, both for understanding academic articles and for being able to care for people from other countries who don't speak our language, not to mention the opportunity to work abroad. Four says, yes, completely. English is an invisible requirement nowadays in medicine. Many crucial articles and textbooks are never translated into Portuguese. Also, even if I don't use it for conversation daily, it's a vital tool to have in my back pocket for foreign patients or international research. Without it, you get left behind. Five says, yes, it impacts a lot. Without English, a school falls behind on updates and misses on exchange programs, international conferences, and the best medical research. Six says, yes, none of the materials or opportunities required at least an intermediate level of English. So, in response to this question about the impacts of English on medicine, everyone agrees that language is them. They pointed out that English serves as an invisible necessity. Without it, professionals all the time, since most academic research and textbooks are not translated. In addition, they emphasize that the language opens doors to conferences, exchange programs, and the care of foreign patients. In conclusion, the study shows that even though their backgrounds differ, students reject teaching that focus on only on grammar and value practical immersion. In medicine, English is seen as an essential tool for staying up to date with the latest developments and achieving success in globalized career. That's maybe why, even after negativity experience in school, they continue trying to learn English. So that's our presentation. I hope you like it. Thanks for watching us and bye.
Bye.